everyone, my name is Jonathan Dornbush. I am joined by Jonah Hill, the writer and director of Mid90s, as well as the main cast of Mid90s. First of all, guys, I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. I absolutely loved this movie.
Thank you.
I grew up in the 90s. I was a skater myself. Completely did not know how to skate at all. Very bad at it. And you guys made it look much easier than I ever could. Obviously, like, this movie, at least for me, captured what I remember of the 90s so well, and I think what a lot of people probably will who see it. What was one of the most important things for you to make sure you nailed for the spirit of the 90s?
I mean, I needed everything to be like absolutely perfect, but not have it at the forefront, because the characters and the emotions and the story are what mattered to me. And then if you zoomed in, everything just was meticulously done.
Did you all immerse yourselves in the music of the time? Obviously, it plays a big role in the movie. Did you jump into, TV shows from that time, video games from that time? How did you guys try to immerse yourself in the time, or did you kind of just, while you're on set, focus on it?
We did a lot of rehearsals and a bunch of like movie nights, and Jonah showed us like a bunch of skate videos from that time period. He showed us a movie, This Is England. Before the shoot, or even before I got casted, I would watch like Full House or I don't know, the Rugrats, but other than that. Oh yeah, but 100% Tupac though.
I give them iPods with the music from the film.
Okay.
I had written all the scenes to those songs that are in those scenes.
Oh,
So everyone got an iPod, but again, the idea was like if you had taken it out of that time period, it would still just not have to be tied to it. Like, it would just make sense growing up at any time.
Were the music choices things from your own life, songs that really mattered, or artists that really mattered, or did you feel like it was capturing the essence of that time period as well?
Both. I mean, like, there's a song, Where'd You Sleep Last Night from Nirvana Unplugged, that's in the film. It's chosen because that was the first song I learned on guitar. So it may be personal, but not personal in the context I used it in.
Is there anything that you guys have like taken away from this movie that you really loved, from like the music choices or the era, clothing wise?
Those are literally, I think, jeans from the set.
Yeah, these are jeans from the set. It's funny, I'm actually wearing jeans from the set. I just fell in love with all the clothing that they were.
Shout out to Heidi Bivens.
Yeah,
Heidi
Bivens. They were generous enough to give me some of the wardrobe.
And she didn't give it, it was her.
Alright, dude.
What about for you guys? Was there anything from the movie that particularly stood out?
I don't know. The 90s is such a iconic era for so many different genres or styles, and just being in that world of seeing all the cars and the trash, and there's a beeper store where it's I'm never gonna see that in real life. All the footage from the 90s, it looks like the 90s, so it's cool seeing it just in real life.
Jonah, for you, how much of the script that you had before you started going into production, did any of it change once you cast the main cast? Did you let them improv a bunch on set? How did that all?
I did 20 drafts over 3 years and assumed they were going to improvise a lot, but they didn't want to. They wanted to become these characters, and they just became such unbelievable actors over this amount of time that it was truly amazing to watch.
Having to get into acting as a thing that you're maybe not used to, how did that process go for you guys? Did you encounter any troubles, and how were things on set with all of you? I assume the camaraderie of all of you guys together helped in that aspect.
I think for the acting aspect of me, first of all, I did it. I chose to act because I didn't feel like I can top what Jonah wrote. Is one of the reasons. I was so nervous because I didn't know how to act that I just tried to go all out and try and practice as much as possible. And that's my approach.
Yeah, and by the end, they all became so amazing at it. It was just crazy to watch.
Did you base these characters off of anyone you knew as you were trying to formulate them, or did you really focus on what was in the script?
At least from my character, just from reading the script, I got a pretty good grasp on my character's role in the group, and if I did have any questions, Jonah's right there. No pressure at all, except for putting it on myself to try and do a really good job and do the best job I could.
Ryder came in and just nailed it. He had the character so down, and if he had any questions, everybody's questions were just so thoughtful, and they clearly had an understanding even from the questions they had.
Did anything specific from your experiences in the past help you with people who haven't acted before in general, or just in this movie?
I think we're all the sum of our experiences, and I wanted to be a writer and director my whole life, and falling into this accidental, amazing 15-year acting career just lesson after lesson on every film, whether the film was good or bad, or the director was good or bad. It shaped, experience and just understanding what goes right and goes wrong.
And what about capturing the locations for the movie, and specifically like the skate scene for LA? I know you recreated sort of the courthouse scene in it too.
So first and foremost, it was important to respect skateboarding and not come from like a place of authority, but a place of reverence, and make sure it's done correctly. And the 90s is a true period piece. I mean, everything from stop signs, stoplights, parking meters, trash. I was crazy about trash. Like,
How so? You mean?
because even like, like the courthouse or at skate spots, there's trash everywhere and on the floor, and trash cans turned over that you're skating over, and trash spilling out of it. And it's just like all these little things that are extremely specific. Even like, look at all the CDs like on there. Even, every one of those ones is like not just period correct, but correct to what that person's taste would be at that time.
And was that level of detail trying to get that? Was that pretty difficult?
God bless John Mean, our production designer. I think I gave him like 4 different nervous breakdowns. But the ethic for everybody is just kind of like kill yourself to make it look like you did nothing. And that ethic, I think, really pays off, because things that look effortless actually take the most effort. And stuff like that. Like even the brother's room and stuff is like painstaking. In the closet, every piece of clothing is like perfect, and that stuff takes so much time, but when you get there and you see it, you're like, wow, this is amazing.
Thank you guys all so much. The film was fantastic. Mid90s is now out in theaters. Jonah, you did an incredible job writing and directing this
Thank
movie.
you.
You really captured a specific era and specific characters so well, and really captured the essence of them, and you guys all did a phenomenal job.
These
Thank you
people
so much.
were amazing. Yeah, thank you for your nice words. It's awesome.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.